It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the Cleveland Browns and looking at Shedeur versus Joe Flacco. We're looking at their clips meshed together one by one to see who's looking better at practice, talk some ball on them, and then watch them work through some drills. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're talking about practice, rookie camp, minicamp, OTAs, training camp, everything in between. So you know what your players are doing on the field. In practice, behind the scenes, your rookies, quarterback battles, those guys you're drafting soon in fantasy football, everything else, click that button, stop missing out. But we're looking at the two quarterbacks today. We looked at him versus Gabriel. We looked at him versus Pickett. But it's the granddaddy of them all right now, him versus Flacco. Let me know in the comments below which quarterback you think is going to win the job, which one you like better. I want to hear about that. 15 minutes of clips almost here. We'll loop this and keep talking ball if necessary. But we got a lot. And we're going to start off with Shadur like we always do, downfield and accurate. We got more clips of Flacco than Gabriel and Pickett. That's for sure. So that's a good thing. So I got all the clips I could find, especially from the main beat writers. Boom. Shedur's got 50 minutes plus of clips. He's got about an hour. So I just picked one of the recent files and went with it. Just enough to add in with Flacco. And if you want to see all of them, I got the video. I dropped it on Father's Day. That was your Father's Day gift from me to you. You got to see all the clips from rookie camp, the OTAs, the minicamp. It was about an hour-long clips. And I was able to talk ball on Shadur that whole time. Shedur's been looking good. Like I said, he's been stacking days. Flacco's been stacking days. Both these quarterbacks have been looking good. Flacco got a little bit of rest in minicamp. Shadur got an opportunity to run with the twos in minicamp, and he did well. And with the cards that have been laid out to him from this team, the coaching staff in these practices, he has been performing. He has been performing well. He has been stacking days. Flacco has been as well. Pickett has had his off moments. Gabriel has had some off moments. Flacco had some misses. You'll see him on this clip here in a few minutes. He's had a few off plays. Shadur, not so much. He's been pretty accurate. We'll see him moving pocket. I've watched that probably a bunch of times with you guys. I have not seen that one yet. I did not notice that movement there. One thing I'll say about Shadur, compared to what a lot of people were saying during draft season, he's more mobile than advertised. He's not Michael Vick, but he's more mobile than advertised. Like, from what people were saying, they were worried about him like he was Drew Bledsoe or something back there. He's got some movement to him. I don't understand why that was said to such a degree during draft season. I think draft season comes up and people are trying to scout when they can't scout. Like, scouting, you just got to watch football every single day and then study it and watch and learn from others and just learn concepts. And you just got to stay at it. But those that don't do it and don't dig into these players, look at this. This is one thing. These two have been building a relationship that's more than just this, than just Flacco teaching Shadur some things after practice. Stefanski said it in one of the interviews that he enjoys listening to banter between those two. Them two talking during the film rooms, the discussions, what's behind the scenes that we're definitely not seeing. He enjoys it. Flacco's taking Shadur under his wing. That's a good quarterback to do so. He's an honest, poised quarterback. He's been around the league. And at his age, like, he's been able to step in certain situations and get the job done. Flacco's a good veteran quarterback to have as a bridge for these younger guys, especially Shadur. And Shadur is learning from him. That's a good thing. And from what I'm seeing from Shadur, as we're looking at all the quarterbacks here in this clip, is that he's carrying himself like a veteran. He's also listening, and he's taking in direction from Flacco. But another thing, too, when I see him talk to Kenny Pickett, and I noticed this during the Kenny Pickett video, that he's teaching Pickett some stuff. I can just tell from the conversation. I could be wrong. I'm always open to being wrong. I'm wrong a lot of times. But it looks like when those two are talking, he's showing him and teaching him some stuff. They're going over some things. They're learning off each other. I think Flacco's a good mentor here. It's not like he's an expensive mentor or here to cause havoc in the locker room if he has a run of bad games and has to hand over the keys to the car. That's one thing you can look at. Flacco can come in and hold it down. Flacco's been stacking days. From reports, he hasn't had many bad practices. The thing, too, when you're looking at Shadur, he's also stacking days. He hasn't had a bad practice yet. He has not had a bad practice yet. Flacco's running more with the ones, but you should expect that. He's the veteran. He was brought in to be the bridge. He's the bridge. So who do you think is going to start week 1 for this team? If I'm guessing, as long as Flacco doesn't have a run of bad practices or just has bad joint practices or horrible in the preseason, I think he's going to get the job. I think the Browns are going to lean on him. I think Shadur would be next after him, and I think the Browns might give Pickett a longer leash than what I would give. I wouldn't give Pickett any leash. I wouldn't give him anything. I think Gabriel for the long term is going to be a good number 2. If it was me, I'd look at this schedule, and you can look at it 2 ways. Do I want to start off this season and just white knuckle it, and hopefully we win the turnover battle, and we sneak our way past some games with Flacco? Or I go with the complete upside play of Shadur, and maybe we exceed expectations and roll with it. I look at it those 2 ways. And Pickett's not in there. Gabriel's a damn good backup for developing. I look at it those 2 ways. Like, if Shadur hits that upside that we saw at Colorado, what we saw through draft season, what we're seeing at practice every day here, then the upside's through the roof. It could be rather smooth. This team's built for that. This team's got a good defense. They got a good run game. Flacco, you're hoping that we limit the turnover battle, which he can go array on turnovers, but he can also push it downfield, that he runs the offense. And this offense, kind of underrated. You got Judy. You're going to have Deontay Johnson in the slot. It sounds like that. And you got Tillman on the outside. Njoku, solid tight end, one of the better tight ends in the league. And then the second tight end spot is looking very good when it comes to competition in camp. Fannin, they drafted this year. McKitty's been hitting a little bit here in practice recently. We'll see once we get a little bit deeper into training camp. Flacco's been looking good. There's been some moments where he's off. See? There's some moments he's been off. I said that in the beginning. I think it depends on what you want to do here. I'm an upside guy. If you follow the channel, if you listen to how I do betting, and I will preface that if you're not an upside gambler guy, to go the other way when it comes to setting lineups or bets, where I'll take that upside decision and I'll roll with it, and I'll say, hey, there's a chance this could run bad, but I'm going to shoot for that upside. So if it was me, I'd take that upside and Shadur if things are looking good in training camp. If things are continuing, if he's stacking days, if he goes through training camp, no bad practices, there's no way possible he can't be the QB2. There's no way possible Kenny Pickett's ahead of him. I'll say that. I'll set this desk on fire. If Kenny Pickett's ahead of him and he's still stacking days like this, I will set this desk on fire. I will definitely do that. No way. I have him better as a prospect coming out of college compared to Pickett. I have him better than that. He'd be the QB1 of that class easy. He'd stomp out that class. And Flacco, I can understand the veteran bridge, and I can understand looking at the start of the schedule and seeing how rough it is, and especially if Flacco keeps stacking days. If Flacco has a run of bad practices, and if he's not looking good in joint practices, if Father Time starts stepping in, I would definitely be shooting that Shedeur upside. I would definitely be taking that in, especially if he's not missing practices, if he's all cylinders, not having a bad practice like he's been doing. We went wire to wire so far, rookie camp to now. Not one bad practice. We're hitting around 80% completion rate, depending on what stats and sites you're looking at. I mean, I got it documented. Father's Day. I called it Shedeur Sanders the movie. He was making plays there. That's a lot of clips. I don't hide anything. There's a miss. Little bit high off the tip, but I was also talking Flacco, good veteran quarterback. Good veteran quarterback, good bridge quarterback for this situation, actually. Like, he ain't going to be there for the long term. He's not. He's very stoic. He's very calm. He's teaching Shadur. He's got him under his wing. And that's what I'm gathering from Stefanski's account, from the little bit of clips we're seeing. We're seeing that. That's a good thing to see. That's a good thing to see. Because you could be with a veteran quarterback that doesn't care. That doesn't care. That could be just throwing dirt in your eye between every snap, saying the wrong things, not looking your way, keeping it quiet around you, not answering a thing, not helping you with any questions. Like, he doesn't have to. Like, that's one of the reasons why he was brought back, his character. His character. If both these guys are stacking days and we are at the end of the training camp and we're not having runs of bad practices from either quarterback, and if Shedeur Sanders goes wire to wire, no bad practices, there's no way Kenny Pickett's QB2. There's no way. And I'll say this, if Gabriel's stacking days, he's been not bad. I think the main thing from this quarterback battle is that no one's really fumbling it up yet. Nobody hasn't, even Pickett. I'm not down with his profile. I'm not down from what I saw at Pitt, at Pittsburgh, anywhere. Even with Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison led that dance. Now we're in the NFL. The prospect profile stank from him coming out for the draft. It is there. It is still there. You're seeing it in some of his clips. Some of the notes from the beat writers from OTAs that he was even the worst quarterback. There's some notes from the radio stations in Cleveland. Going into OTAs, they wanted him as the starter. We covered that. I'm going to have to start getting into what these radio stations have been saying on their clips that they've been posting on Twitter, because they got some funny stuff, and I want to dig back into that. Those are my best videos. They get the less views on the Shadur content, honestly, but they're honestly the best content. And I start off with the headline and the thumbnail off of what they're saying, not what I'm saying, because I'm piggybacking off of it, and I'm choosing stuff to make fun of. I'm choosing stuff I have fun with, chat. I'm choosing stuff I have fun with. So I'm having fun with it. But it's not like I'm changing the takes from here for it. Flacco's been solid. He's been solid. He could be a silent guy to pick up in fantasy, especially if you get something out of Deion Johnson. If he's starting, and then Shadur, I would guess Flacco starts it. If I'm reading the Browns right, and the coaching staff and Stefanski, Flacco starts it, Shadur finishes it. Now there's some stuff in between there. I don't know. I hope they don't, but I feel like from what Stefanski said prior to minicamp, right before OTAs, that they may give Pickett a longer leash than what I would like. There's balls getting batted. Oh, wait, it's a Pickett clip. There it is. That defensive line getting it. This defense is nasty. This defense is the talk. This defense for the Browns is the talk. That's what I'm saying. That defense, you got two good running backs here to lean on. Deion Johnson, we can get right. Like, with the Panthers in camp, like, starting off, he was getting a lot of targets. And now he doesn't have to be the guy. He doesn't have to lead the team. He could just have that role, get open underneath. That could be a good outlet. For him. Have a guy like Flacco. Shedur's accurate, though. One of the most accurate quarterbacks in all college football. Depending on what stats you're looking at, the PFF or the completion rate or, like, the charts. Like, I showed them all to you in draft season. It's whatever you want to look at or what you want to look at. I don't care. He's one of the most accurate, if not the accurate. It's whatevs. He's accurate. We're seeing this in the highlights as well. Pushing it downfield. He's got a pretty ball. Shadur does. Down by the sideline, back of the end zone. Flacco can distribute. And he likes to push it downfield. That's going to fit well with Tillman. It's going to fit well with what we saw last year. Jerry Jeudy was getting downfield deeper than what we saw with the Broncos last year, especially once we got Watson out of there, or Watson got himself out of there, or Father Time, or the injury bug, or the turf monster, whatever. The Achilles heel. Watson's been coming up in the news a little bit, trying to get himself relevant. That's going to be interesting how that unfolds for the long term. I think it's dust. I think that's an injury that's going to be hard for him to come back from. I think that's going to be hard after what we saw prior to that. Flacco pushing it downfield. There's the miss. There's Jeudy. He's working with the ones. Let me know how you feel right now with the quarterback battle. How do you feel? How are you feeling? Training camp's going to be here soon, guys. You're going to want to stick around. Click that subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on more clips. I want to thank you for watching, though. Catch you on the next one.